Hi, my name is Paul Tilstone from Festive Road, the consultancy on emissions, better travel and meetings management. Today, live at GBTA, I'm in conversation with Mark Cuschieri from UBS and also the Vice President of the Global Business Travel Association. This is your hometown now, Mark. Welcome.
It is, great. Thank you.
I say welcoming me.
I'm welcoming you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your support.
How have you found the event so far? Is it what you anticipated? And
It's been really great, I have to say. The enthusiasm of people, day one, and the feedback's been great. And one thing that really has come through, seeing 1,000 new first-timers here to the event,
that's nice.
It's great.
Yeah, some fresh input, some fresh perspectives.
That's what this industry needs.
Exactly. Right? So talking about what this industry needs, we've asked you to pick one of our 8 trends, which one that's going to kind of dominate the agenda or be a real focus. Which one have you chosen?
Macro 2, ESG at the purposeful core.
Of course.
You wouldn't think otherwise.
No. And I love that the backdrop for people who can't see is that in the convention centre there is no carpet down the aisles to save the water and the fabrics and everything else. So why is this so important?
I mean, first of all, to come back on that, sustainability also has to start at home. Right?
Yes.
We have to do our own bit as well. So there are elements of convention, some which I've seen already, that played part of being more sustainable as well as sustainable event. But why ESG? It really is one of the top agenda points for buyers, not just buyers. Suppliers are seeing that as well, and it's trying to find, we're on a journey, and trying to, from a GBTA perspective, trying to support our members throughout this journey, throughout this challenging area, trying to better understand, where do I start? How do I start? There are some who are at the beginning of the journey, some are already, very much further afield than others as well. So,
do you think we're going fast enough on that journey? Do you feel like the pressure intensifying for corporates?
I think it's a really good question, and I've been asked that as well, and being told, we're not going fast enough. The situation is that we have to take a step back and look at what the challenges are. We've got challenges around data and lack of standardization. I firmly believe this is an industry play.
Right.
It can't be by supplier or by bar. We all need to come together to make this work. And I go back to the point, it is a journey. We have to start somewhere. From a UBS perspective, we look at it in 4 elements. You've got to start data. You've got to know, what are we consuming? What are our emissions? How do we standardize that data? How do we tell people what your emissions output is as well? Then it's looking at how can we influence the right choices, being more eco-conscious as well, and that's working with our suppliers. Then it's about procuring green as well, around our own ESG criteria, and then making choices around sustainability as well. And then the other part of the journey, we've done the reduction. How do we remove carbon? Travel's not the problem. I know this is something I reiterate all the carbon,
but it is seen as a problem, isn't it?
Carbon's the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Not travel.
Yeah.
We have to accept that we're going to travel less, but we need to travel smarter, with more purpose.
Do you think that's a widely held view, though, that there might be less travel? Do you think there's pockets that think like that, and then there's a sort of a bit of a denial piece, or like we're getting to that point?
I think people are starting to accept that.
Yeah.
I think, our priority right now is climate from a GBTA perspective. We obviously, when we're looking at sustainability as a whole, people's a very fundamental and important part. But we've got organisations who have set targets, and that's really important now as travel buyers. And we're looking at scope 3.
Yeah.
Well, okay, how can we get ahead of the game? Where do we start? They need to go somewhere. They need that. And with those targets, all suppliers, if you go round convention, everyone's talking sustainability.
Yeah.
In their value proposition, everyone's talking sustainability.
Now, we call it ESG at the purposeful core. Are you sort of thinking purposefully in your travel program? This is part of what's going to occupy your minds over the next couple of years?
Yes. I totally agree with that, Paul. I think it's important that we start to be more mindful about why you need to travel.
Yeah.
And that might be
And
different.
why you don't as well,
That's
right?
correct.
Yeah.
We have to look back. We don't want to go back to 2019 levels.
Yeah.
And sustainability being at the heart of that. And so, and also, we know that our travelers and people don't want to travel as frequent. So we see the trend now as well that people will, or what we believe is people will travel less frequent, but longer duration.
Yes. Yeah.
And because they've found that work-life balance
Yes.
as well. And
Well,
that's the people side, right?
Yeah, and the binds, because the binds between their work and the office is loosened,
Yeah.
that actually empowers that longer stay, doesn't it? Doesn't matter whether you're working out of a hotel in Denver or working out of your home in, well, I don't even know where you live, Enfield, I think, yeah.
It's, you know, nowadays, and with flexible working, and we're looking at workspace as well, you know, you can work anywhere.
Yeah.
So you can still do that call whilst meeting your team that you haven't maybe seen as well. And those who have traveled after 18 months not traveling have seen that benefit of meeting, connecting, and engaging with people.
So it's interesting because you highlight, because that's the first trend, dispersed but not forgotten, and take the lead and be directed. So many of these are connected, aren't they? It's
100%.
Yeah.
And we talk about the storytelling as
Yes,
well.
yeah,
right?
exactly.
It's really important.
Yeah.
The data drives the action.
the picture of what carbon means and what your emissions mean.
What does it mean to me?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
How do you personalize it as well? And how can you make people act more responsibly? Because they do want to.
Absolutely.
But
not everyone.
How can you do that if you haven't got the data behind that to present that?
Yeah, exactly.
That's important.
Well, thank you for joining us and sharing
Pleasure.
your knowledge as always. Everybody really appreciates it. So,
Thank
Mark,
you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. And we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.